Butter tastes great, no one's denying that. And with people like Paul Saladino and the Liver King, who have promoted these animal-based carnivore diets, butter is somehow now considered a health food to some individuals. But today, I want to explain why I stopped eating butter, and I'll use my own blood work to show you why. This isn't meant to scare anyone. I just want to show you how the choices we make around dietary fat actually show up inside the body. Because once you understand what butter does physiologically, the decision becomes pretty straightforward. Butter is basically concentrated milk fat. It's very high in saturated fat, mainly palmitic and myristic acid, which are the types most strongly linked to increases in LDL cholesterol. This isn't about calories or how much body fat you've got, it's about what happens inside your bloodstream. Your liver clears LDL cholesterol from the blood using something called LDL receptors. I want you to think of these like little Pac-Men sitting on the liver. Their job is to gobble up LDL particles. But when you eat a diet high in saturated fat, those receptors become less active. That means LDL stays in circulation for longer. And the longer LDL circulates in your blood, the more opportunity it has to latch onto that artery wall and start forming plaque. This mechanism has been demonstrated repeatedly over decades and decades of research. It is not in any way controversial science. As far back as the 1950s, we have tightly controlled metabolic ward studies showing that when saturated fat is replaced with unsaturated fat, cholesterol levels drop. And more recent research shows us that replacing around 5 to 8% of our calories from saturated fat with polyunsaturated fat can actually reduce cardiovascular risk by roughly 25 to 30%. I do like to keep an eye on my own blood work. Not because I'm obsessed with numbers, but because my health genuinely matters to me. I want to live a long, healthy life, and I want the choices I make now to support that. My LDL sits in a really healthy range, and that's not by accident. It's partly because I prioritize fats that support cardiovascular health rather than work against it. And that's one of the reasons I don't eat butter. This doesn't mean that all dairy is bad. In fact, we know that full-fat yogurts and some cheeses actually behave differently because their fat is packaged inside the milk fat globule membrane, which changes how it gets absorbed by the body. Butter doesn't have that same protection. It's essentially isolated milk fat. This isn't about fear or restriction, it's about understanding trade-offs. And for me, butter just isn't worth it when there are far better fat choices available. And if you enjoy this type of nutrition content, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Get up.